Once you have finished building your fence, or when you run out of clamps, you will want to straighten your fence, space the rails, and get to that beautiful finished look you are after. Tie a string at one end of the fence line at your desired height and tightly stretch the string to the end of the line you are straightening. The most common top rail height is 4.5 feet. Once you have the string stretched and tied off, using the clamps, raise or lower your top connectors to the string line. If your ground is relatively flat, this should be the look you want. If you have variations in elevation, you may want to flow the top rail with the ground. You can do this by simply sliding the connectors up or down to achieve the look you want. Step away from the fence after you make adjustments to ensure you have achieved the look you want. Once you are satisfied with the top rail, tighten the screws to the post on all top rail connectors and remove the clamps. Before we can straighten up the lower rails, you must decide on the spacing between the rails. Once you have determined this measurement, cut a spacer to use between the rails. Starting with the top space, hold your spacer under the top rail and slide the second rail into it. Tighten the post screw on the second rail, and then move on and do the remainder of the rails, repeating this process. You can remove the clamps as you go. The last step of your installation is to cut and cap your post. Mark your post at the desired height and cut. Immediately after cutting the post, use a towel or brush and wipe down all of the connectors and at least 2 feet of each rail coming off of that post. The shavings that fall onto the fence during the cut process can rust and will cause you to think that your fence is rusting. Apply a small amount of silicone to the top of the post and install your cap. Use a rubber mallet to make sure that your cap seats completely onto the post. We recommend that you do not straighten and space the last 3 to 5 sections on each side of the gates until the gates are installed. This will give you more flexibility to get the end result you are looking for in your project.